Sometimes you're just trying to get a business loan, EIN only, and no income proof, and you just, try to always apply, and you get denied over and over and over. So this could be really frustrating. So in today's conversation, I want to give you a few hacks. I want to really contextualize the whole conversation to you so that the next time you apply for a business loan with EIN only, no income proof, your chances of approval are kind of high. So here are the steps I really want you to follow right now. Okay, first, you got to think about the loan type, boss. It's really important to understand that if you are looking for a business loan EIN only, no income proof, you can't just go after any kind of loan type. Even the Wall Street Journal was talking about that in a recent article where they were actually highlighting the importance of the type of loan a business or even a startup business should focus on. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit down right now and just ask yourself, what type of loan are you looking for? Okay. Are you looking for a short-term loan? Are you looking for a long-term loan? Are you looking for a business loan, or are you looking for a business line of credit? Because there are differences here. See, the thing is, there is the generic term business loan actually encompasses a constellation of funding options for businesses of all sizes. Okay, so are you looking for equipment financing? Are you interested in a merchant cash advance? Or maybe accounts receivable factoring or accounts receivable financing will be better for your business. So, boss, what I'm trying to say here is that I'm trying to let you understand that you need to cast a wider analytical net when trying to find exactly what kind of loan type will be suitable for your business. Okay, this is not a light decision though. This is not a decision you should take lightly. It's very important. So if you want to finance, for example, a large purchase or a business expansion, you might want to go for traditional term loans. Okay, if you need funds for day-to-day expenses, then you might go for a business line of credit. If you're looking to fund a startup, then you want to look for startup business loans, or you want to look for a startup business credit card. So very important to have a clear idea. It's not something you have to decide yourself. If you're part of a team, like if you're a multi-member LLC, you want your team to sit around. You want to brainstorm around the best funding source for your business. This should be the first element. If you are looking for a business loan, EIN only, no income proof, decide the type of a loan that you would like to get. Second thing I want you to think about lender expectation. What is that? You need to learn what lenders are looking for. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. We love having this kinds of conversation every now and then. So the thing is, you're just sitting there, you're thinking, listen, I want business loans with EIN only, no income proof. Okay, but the question is, do you even know what the lender is looking for? So this is the opportunity to say, listen, I'm going to acquaint myself with what the lender is looking for. Exactly. Now, we're not trying to have like random information here. We want specifics. What is the lender specifically looking for? Okay. So lenders usually, business lenders for that matter, they are actually they pay attention to time in business, personal credit score, business credit score. Okay, your cash flow, your collateral, your industry. Very important. Even the Small Business Administration, the U.S. Small Business Administration, says that those factors are standards. They must become standards across the board. Now, basically, if we're talking about EIN only, no income proof business loans, we're not talking about SBA loans though, because SBA loans demand a level of clarity and thoroughness in the paperwork that it's not going to allow no income proof. We're talking here about alternative loans. We're talking here about online loans. Okay, so you really want to beef up your other aspects. So you don't want to prove income. Okay, boss, that's fine. But make sure that you are proving other aspects of your business. So time in business, make sure you meet the minimum time in business that the lender wants to have. Okay, if the lender wants to have, if they say 1 year, make sure that you qualify for that 1 year, and make sure your personal credit score is important. Now we're talking about an EIN only business loan, yes, but the lender is not going to take your personal credit score into account when granting the final loan amount, but they still want to pay attention to your credit score personally, because they want to see that you do have a history of financial discipline, especially if you are a startup. If you're a startup, your personal credit scores becomes really important. Okay, and your business credit score is important also. So what is your current payday score? Where are you at, boss? Where you at? Talk to me about that. 80, 75, 70, 60. 90. Talk to me about that. What about cash flows? I mean, you can't prove income, or you don't want to prove income, but are your cash flow are your cash flows healthy? Your cash inflows and cash outflows. Those are important elements. The third thing I want you to think about, boss, is eligibility. Eligibility is really important, boss. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I'm giving you a few hacks to business loans, EIN only, no income proof, so you have a better idea once and for all you have a better idea on how to actually apply successfully. Okay, for all intents and purposes, it's really important to go back to eligibility. So eligibility 101. So the thing is, you have to ask yourself, based on the criteria, based on the lender expectations, do I qualify to get this business loan with EIN only, no income proof? So it's like you take like in one column, you have all the criteria that the lender wants to have. And in the other column, you just have your own situation, your company situation. And then you do a match. Do I qualify? Check. Like on this criteria, check. On this criterion, check. On this criterion, check. So then at the end of the day, you see the number of criteria that you meet, and then this will give you an idea of whether or not you qualify. Okay, it's really important to understand that when we talk about determining if you qualify for a business loan with EIN only, no income proof, the lender wants to pay attention to how long you have been in business. Because see, when we talk about a proven track record, this is not a vague term that we use, like when people talk about, yeah, I do have a proven track record. Well, a proven track record is actually a culmination of history. It's a culmination of operational history, and this has to do with how long you have been in what business, boss. If you have been in business for 1 year, it makes a huge difference. If you are applying for a big loan versus if you have been in business for 10 years. Everybody understand that. I mean, everybody understands that. Basically, if you have been in business for long, there are two things that go in your that actually come to that are favorable to you. The fact that you have actually succeeded for a long time, and number two, the fact that you are able to actually have gained experience about how you run your business after so many years. Okay, so do you make enough money? So you can't actually prove income, but do you generate enough cash flows? Very important, because the whole idea is loan payment affordability. Can you afford the loan payments? The fourth thing I want you to pay attention to here, boss, is the lender selection. Oh, this is really important. I mean, when we talk about business loans, EIN only, no income proof, there is I would say a catalog of lenders that only cater to those specific business loans. And so what you want to do is you want to select the lender that is really important to you, and you also want to compare them. Okay, so basically, when you're looking for a business loan with EIN only, no income proof, don't waste your time going to credit unions or traditional banks. They're not going to look at you. They're not going to even smell your presence. They're not interested. Those institutions are they are constantly covering their asses. They're constantly thinking about risk mitigation, and they are traditionally risk averse. This is the technical term that the industry uses, risk averse. So those banks are not going to listen to you. And when I'm talking about banks, don't think that your local banks, your rural banks is going to listen to you. No, banks in general, credit unions in general, they're not going to pay attention to you. Whether we're speaking about a national bank such as Chase, a mid-tier bank such as U.S. Bank or PNC, or a local bank like your local bank, they're not going to listen to you. Okay, so I want you to avoid them. But you want to pay attention to online lenders. You want to pay attention to alternative lenders. Okay, online lenders. Everything from SmartBase to Kalamata. Everything from Toro Capital to Landio. Everything from Bluevine to OnDeck. The list goes on and on and on. If you're interested, if you want specific information based on your specific industry, I want you to drop in the comments section below your questions, and we'll certainly send you a relevant video to sort of help you deepen your analysis on the topic. It's really also important to understand that usually when we talk about those online lenders and traditional lenders, even though they will accept you for a business loan with EIN only, no income proof, just keep in mind that the APR will actually go up. The APR will be higher than what you will get at a traditional bank, which makes sense because those online lenders and alternative lenders, they are risk takers when it comes to granting business loans, and they want to compensate that extra risk taking that banks and credit unions don't want to take. Okay, very important. I want to talk to you about the paperwork, boss. Paperwork is so important. You cannot imagine. This is like, whew. I just want to quickly remind you to this topic. What are we talking about? We're talking about business loans, EIN only, no income proof. Here are the hacks that I want you to implement today to sort of beef up your strategy and actually be approved. Okay, so you need to gather your application materials. So the whole thing is, if you want to have a no income proof EIN only business loans, remember that the application process is really important. This is quite essential because the bottom line here is that the lender wants to see whether or not your business is serious during the application process, right? So remember that you will be providing during such a process information about your business, okay? So things like business's name, address, and tax ID. Tax ID is EIN. So okay, and as a matter of fact, a lot of lenders would want to have a business plan or a business proposal outlining how you will use the loan because they're interested. They're interested in the use of loan proceeds. Okay, and remember to have financial statements for you and your business. Okay, so if you can't prove income, at least you will have some type of data in your statement of income or your P&L. You can use projected data or you can use actual data. Okay, and make sure that you provide details about the business's owners, information about your collateral if applicable. Okay, in case let's say if you have, for instance, equipment financing, or if you have, let's say you have accounts receivable financing or accounts receivable factoring. In this case, the collateral is the accounts receivable, the underlying asset. So you got to be able to provide collateral information. Again, it really depends if the loan is secured. If the loan is unsecured, you don't need to provide that. Okay. So the bottom line here is that you need to constantly adjust things. And I just want to specify that in some very rare cases, in case you cannot, let's say, be approved for an EIN only business loans, you can still be approved for a regular business loan. In that case, you must be prepared to provide a personal guarantee. But this is beyond the purview of today's conversation. But I just want to throw it in there so that you have a clear idea that, hey, listen, if you can't get an EIN only business loan, you can still qualify for a business loan. Not a problem. The sixth thing I want you to really pay attention to is the application process. So, boss, the thing is, okay, you want a business loan with EIN only, okay, no income proof. Do you know that the application process represents about 30 to 40% your ability to be approved? We're not the ones saying it. It's USA Today. USA Today is saying that. The Chicago Tribune is saying that. The New York Times is saying that. Okay, so those big media organizations have done research, and in recent articles by talking to entrepreneurs, they have confirmed what we have seen over the years already, that basically the application process is important. How you handle it, the way you communicate with the lender. Are you prompt in your responses? Are you providing extra paperwork? Are you providing extra evidence responsibly and promptly? Those are quintessential when it comes to beefing up your credibility vis-a-vis the lender. The lender will take you more seriously because, see, the thing you need to understand: no income proof business lenders are already risk takers, so they believe it. They believe in your business. If they allow you to actually apply, that means they trust your business. So please make sure that you actually follow the process, the specific process they want you to follow. Ideally, you want to start the conversation by having a call with the lender, with the loan rep. So you ask all questions. You have all your answers. You have all your questions answered. It's important. It's important because then when you have a conversation before actually applying, you would have covered all the elements that are like obscure to you or cloudy to you, right? So everything starts with like doing a soft pull application online. So you go to the lender's website, you enter your information, you just send it out, and then the lender will contact you. They'll study your dossier, they'll study your file, and they'll contact you. They may ask you to provide more information. They can contact you via email. They can contact you via text message. Okay, they're also very flexible in terms of having a phone call. So be ready. And then you can actually also also apply via email. Okay, so anything they want you to do, just follow instructions, and you would actually get the loan that you need. So here is a bonus for you. So we've been talking about, business loans, EIN only, no income proof. It's really important to understand that, you know, any small business can apply for such a loan. It doesn't matter the industry you're in. Just make sure that your business is eligible for the business loan with respect to the criteria the lender wants to have, right? When we talk about eligibility, of course, this eligibility must be grounded in the constellation of criteria, the constellation of features that the lender wants to see in a prospective borrower. Okay, this is very important. And it's not really hard to get a small business loan with EIN only, no income proof. It's not complicated. As you have seen into this conversation, I just want to reassure you that if you pay attention to the 6 criteria that I've just listed for you, you'll realize that things will get better. Things will get easier from there. And this is really, really important, okay? And so, but when it comes to the application process, I want you to really, really understand that banks and credit unions are not going to help you out. No. SBA lenders are not going to help you out. No. Online lenders, alternative lenders, are where you can find your juice at. Okay, your chances of approval go really go high. For example, if you use a platform such as LendU, which is a lender network, they have about 75 to 100 lenders in their network. You really are boosting your chances because it's like you are just sending a one application that can be dispatched to several lenders. Okay, so you're boosting your chances. And so, but the thing is, if you want to actually beef up your chances, please make sure to follow instructions. Okay, the lenders are really thorough, and lenders are usually really good at giving instructions. They know exactly what they need because the bottom line is it's their money, right? It's their money, so they have a strict set of criteria that they need borrowers or prospective borrowers to actually comply with and really hear before they actually release the funds. So please be sure to follow instructions. Be sure that you be sure to do exactly what they're asking you to do to actually beef up your chances of approval. This is really, 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 really important. And one thing I also need to say here is that please remember that it doesn't matter whether you can prove income or not prove income. You got to have a business bank account. Okay, so some lenders will ask to see your business bank statements. Okay, so this is another proxy, another alternative way for them to check your income or your revenue, or at least your cash inflows and cash outflows, and sort of see how healthy you are, how healthy your business is from a monetary perspective. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I just want to quickly recap to this conversation. So I was just talking to you about business loans, the EIN only, no income proof. So I shared with you a few hacks to actually beef up your chances of approval. So I showed you the steps. We're talking about the loan type, the lender expectation, the eligibility, the lender selection, the paperwork, and the application process. And then I just also gave you a bonus to actually contextualize the whole conversation to you. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.